Yes, Attack on Titan is good. Wow, what a shock. At this point, I don't think there are very many people who will disagree with me on this. Sure, there are some people who don't like Attack on Titan, but let's be honest. They probably don't like being alive either. There are many reasons to like Attack on Titan. Some people like the imaginative plot. Some people like the hardcore action. Some people like the boys. And some people like to imagine some hardcore boy-on-boy action. Personally, I love everything about Attack on Titan, including the boy-on-boy action. More specifically, I love how Attack on Titan consistently managed to blow me away, or blow my mind, or blow each other. On a serious note, I love Attack on Titan for how consistently good it is. Any normal show is like a roller coaster. You know, it has ups, it has downs, it's all over the fucking place. While the Attack on Titan roller coaster goes a little something like this. It doesn't go down. Ever. It just keeps going up. It just keeps moving forward. Scenes like the declaration of war of season 4, the basement secret of season 3, the almost comically sudden reveal of season 2, or even the very first episode of season 1. All of these are fan favorites and absolutely iconic in their own ways. And yet, in my opinion, none of these compare to my personal favorite. Because my favorite scene in all of Attack on Titan, the scene that left a permanent mark on me, and the scene that turned the entire series into a masterpiece, is this. What the fuck is this, I hear you ask? Well, let me explain. This wall of text you're looking at is the intermission screen of season 1 episode 25. More specifically, this is the story of the miner. At this point you might think that I'm weird. You might even think that I'm dumb. And while you are absolutely correct, for me the beauty of a story lies in its details, not just normal details like the fact that Mikasa's ass is the perfect golden ratio. I'm talking about the fine details that tie this fictional world together, the kind of details that make this world feel more believable and get rid of any inconsistencies or doubts you as a consumer may have. Anyone can think of a good concept. What matters to me is not the concept of a story, but the execution of said concept. And nothing is a better sign of a competent author than the details of their story. I doubt many of you remember this story or have read it in the first place, so I highly recommend you go read it for yourself. I'll leave a transcript of the story in the video description. But just in case, let me give you this shitty summary of what happens. Once there was a miner who had decided to dig under Wall Sina in the hopes of being able to live in the wealthy inner ring of the walls. This man was a very competent miner and had spent the last 20 years of his life honing his skills. So the man started digging. He dug. He dug. He just kept on digging. He kept digging for hours on end, and yet there seemed to be no end to it. When the hole he dug was about 4 or 5 times as deep as the miner was tall, he struck hard rock that seemed to be the same material as the wall itself. The miner swung his shovel down hard on the rock. The shovel shattered, but the rock was unscathed. The miner sighed, and his sigh was deeper than any hole he'd ever dug. The next day he told his friend, his only friend, what happened, and together they concluded that even though they are poor, they have enough. The miner gave up on his goal and decided to go back to his normal job. But the next day, the miner didn't show up to work, nor the day after, nor the day after that. His friend, unsure of what to do, told the garrisons the whole story. The next day, the military police and the garrisons organized an excessively large-scale search party for the poor miner, but in the end, didn't find a trace of him, nor the pit he dug. Later, the friend also vanished, never to be seen again. I found this 7-year-old Reddit post discussing the story, and reading through the comments, not a single person seemed to have any clue what it was trying to say. To be honest, at the time I had no clue what the point of this story was either, but now looking back at it, it should have been somewhat obvious that this story was hinting at how sus the military police is. Sure, it's cool that this story foreshadowed important story elements long before they happened, but that alone is not enough to blow my mind, let alone warrant making an entire video talking about it. You see, Attack on Titan is a well thought out story, with next to zero inconsistencies or plot holes, and yet, something has been bothering me for quite a while now. If the wall really is made out of colossal titans, then how come this guy can just look right over? Like, How? Is he wearing heels? Is he standing on his tippy toes? Is he the colossaler titan? Honestly, I didn't know what to make of this for the longest time. Until I read this story, that is. So, hear me out. The wall has on multiple occasions been said to be exactly 50 meters high. The intermission screen of Season 1 Episode 8 not only confirms this, but also shows that the Colossal Titan is about 60 meters tall, with the wall reaching the height of its shoulders. The first episode of the anime confirms this. But why? If the wall is supposed to be made out of Colossal Titans, isn't it supposed to be 60 meters high as well? Well, the story of the miner confirms that the wall doesn't just go up, it goes down as well. How far down? Around 4 or 5 times the miner's height. How tall is the miner? We don't know. But the average male German is said to be around 180 centimeters tall. If we take this and multiply it by 5, we get a total depth of 9 meters. Which is just barely not enough. This is so sad. Can we hit 100 likes? I have 3 theories. Either the miner was 2 meters tall, perfectly explaining why the Colossal Titan is 10 meters taller than the wall. Theory 2. The female Titan is just not interested in manlets of less than 60 meters. So Barefoot, the absolute cucklord that he is, went... Yeah, I'm 60 meters. What about it? Theory 3. When the miner struck the ground, he actually hit the top of the Colossal Titan's foot, and the height of the foot itself would make up for the difference. This is a good theory, and definitely my favorite. However, I do not believe this to be the case, since the miner wanted to dig towards the inner ring of the wall, and at the end of the very same episode, the Titan was obviously facing towards the center, meaning his foot would actually be on the other side. Either way, I might be wrong. I'm probably reaching a little bit, and I'm definitely overthinking this, but at the end of the day, whether I end up being correct or not is entirely besides the point. The only thing that matters here is that the single insignificant doubt I had, the only possible plot hole I could come up with, has been explained to me. Not in hindsight, but almost 8 years ago. No matter what happens, or no matter what bullshit Isayama decides to throw at me in the future, I'll always remember this story and think, you know, maybe I am in the wrong here. Maybe I wasn't paying attention enough. Maybe I'm just too dumb to understand this series. Maybe I should just kill myself.